Once upon a time, there was an old woman living in a small, quiet village. Her name was Mara, and she was known for her kind smile and gentle nature. She lived alone in a tiny house at the edge of the village, with a small plot of land behind it. Most people thought of her as just a sweet, frail old lady, whose best days were behind her. But Mara had a secret dream. Ever since she was a young girl, she had wanted to grow a garden so beautiful that it would amaze everyone who saw it. She dreamed of flowers in every color, blooming brightly under the sun. But life had been busy and hard. She had raised her children, cared for her husband when he was sick, and worked tirelessly to make ends meet. Now, at over 80 years old, she thought, maybe it's too late. The villagers would often say, Mara should just rest. There's nothing more for her to do now. Even her own children would tell her, Mama, you've done enough. Enjoy your old age. But deep down, Mara felt a small voice in her heart telling her, it's not too late. Have faith. One sunny morning, she decided to listen to that voice. Mara went to the small, empty plot of land behind her house. The soil was dry and hard, and it looked impossible to work with. But she picked up her old shovel and began to dig. Her hands were weak, and her back hurt, but she kept going, trusting that something good would come of her effort. At first, the villagers laughed. What can she possibly do at her age? They said. But Mara didn't let their words stop her. Every day she worked a little more. She planted seeds, watered them, and prayed for them to grow. Some days were discouraging. The rain washed away her seeds, or the sun dried out the soil before she could water it. She felt like giving up many times. One evening, after a particularly hard day, Mara sat on the ground, tears streaming down her face. She looked up at the sky and asked, God, why did you put this dream in my heart if it's so hard to do? In that quiet moment, she felt a sense of peace. It was as if God was saying to her, keep going, my child. Trust me. Encouraged by this feeling, Mara continued her work. Weeks turned into months, and then, one morning, something amazing happened. She walked out to her garden and saw a tiny green sprout poking through the soil. Her heart leaped with joy. That little sprout gave her the hope she needed to keep going. Soon, more sprouts appeared, and then buds, and finally, flowers of every color imaginable. By the end of the season, Mara's garden was a wonder to behold. The villagers, who had once mocked her, now came to admire the beauty she had created. People from neighboring villages even came to see it. Mara's garden became a symbol of hope and faith. One day, a young girl came to Mara and asked, Grandma Mara, how did you do it? Weren't you afraid it was too late? Mara smiled and said, I was afraid, but I trusted in God. I believed that if He put this dream in my heart, He would help me make it come true. Sometimes you just have to start, even if it seems impossible. Have faith, little one. It's never too late. Mara's story spread far and wide, inspiring many people to hold on to their dreams and trust in God's timing. Her life became a reminder that with faith and perseverance, even the smallest efforts can bloom into something beautiful.